I'm DavQuest, and this is my first commentated video, I suppose. This is non-scripted post-commentary for the Witness Any Percent run that you are watching right now. You may notice that the splits are... You'll see a lot of golds, because this is only the third run after I reset all my splits, cleared them out, and so you're looking at this is the third run. I did the first one yesterday, second one earlier this morning, and what you're watching now is the third run, which is a new PB. My previous personal best was 1808, but that was set like almost a year ago, so. Fairly standard beginning to the game. I won't have much to say, but I'll mention a couple things. Town Blues, I spent, probably 45 minutes just practicing this over and over again. I used the trainer to prevent saving right after I did the panel that is inside the church, right below all the blue panels. And mainly that's how you see there's so much time save on the blues. This was unfortunate with the glass. It's far away and hard to control, so lost almost all the time that I saved on the blues. But that's how it is sometimes. I recently watched Hat Kirby's run any percent no right clicks, which I thought was very interesting. Definitely going to be giving that a shot. I think it probably has like marathon potential. Any percent, but a little bit more interesting. Plenty of things for, the couch at SGDQ to explain, kind of thing. Just trying to fix my mouse pad there. That's why you saw my mouse jerking around. Definitely isn't fast, but messed up glass room 2 in the run before this, so it was, you see I almost messed it up in the exact same way again, but I saved 6 seconds there. Classic. Getting lost in the maze. More like I was just not paying attention. I was kind of going on autopilot and messed up. Oh well. I realized I do not know where you're supposed to stand in that elevator. It's definitely an ideal place to stand. Another panel I messed up. Keep front panel is a tricky panel. Someday I'll be able to do it cleanly. It's not today. Pretty clean swamp skip. Except for the first one, I almost went right, up, left. As opposed to right, up, left, left. Essentially making an upside down B, if you know Pentris, as opposed to an upside down L. J, an upside down J. What a gorgeous game.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing
Badly
is what
executed
was
butt
the
strats.
whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean and look up at that great subcontinent of India pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down
My
to the
previous
south,
run, I
and there's the
accidentally
whole peninsula of Florida.
drew
later. And all the hundreds of hours you spent
the
flying across
eyepiece
that route,
correctly,
down in the atmosphere.
but
All that
exited
is
in the
from
top
there.
left instead of the top right, so I had to
And
do
you
it
go out
twice.
across the Atlantic Ocean
That's why there's so much
and
time
back
saved
across
there.
Africa. And
Purple
you do it
one.
again and again and again.
Because I had to
And that
resolve
identity
and then
that you
undo the
identify
split.
with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles and Phoenix and New Orleans and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mid-East, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors,
Multi-panel.
another
I had
astronaut,
trouble with this
the
on the
person next
previous
to you
run as
goes
well.
out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there.
Ugh,
that you
what a
can
run
cover
on
with
sentence,
your
eh?
thumb.
It's
And
the
you
best
realize
audio log, but that doesn't mean it's good.
that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship
Generation
is
of
no
Waves by
longer
Wind
what it
is
was.
the best audio log.
And then you
and
look
I'm sure
back
we
on
all
the
can
time
agree
when
on
you
that.
were outside on that EVA, and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl. And there are no limits
Ugh,
here.
this third
There are no
floor.
flames. There are
Ugh.
no boundaries.
I always hate it,
You're
but it
really
was
out
super
there,
quick this time,
over
so
it, floating, going
couldn't complain.
25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never
Yep,
experienced
no, you got it
before.
right first time,
And
Taff.
that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you.
I would have actually completed
And
that EP, but
somehow
I
you
couldn't
represent
remember
them when you're
if I
out
had
there.
split on EPs
A sensing element.
on.
That point out on the
I
end.
didn't, but
And
I just
that's a
wanted to make
humbling
sure.
feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there.
Choking like Clint Stevens at the end.
A star at dawn.
Yeah, no throws and witness. 1748. I'm coming for you, Parker. 11 seconds behind. Thanks for watching.